One aircraft has outlasted wars, disasters, and entire generations of technology. Built in the 1950s, it's still flying missions today, from combat zones to humanitarian relief. This is the story of the Lockheed C-130 Hercules, the plane that no crisis could kill. In aviation, most aircraft have a predictable life. They debut with fanfare, serve for a few decades, and then disappear into museums or scrapyards. But some designs defy the cycle. The Lockheed C-130. Hercules is one of them. It is not the fastest transport nor the most glamorous, but it has earned a reputation for one thing above all: showing up when nothing else can. Since its first flight in 1954, this rugged turboprop transport has been a lifeline in combat, disaster zones, and remote regions around the world. It has landed on jungle clearings, dirt strips, desert flats, and even ice runways in Antarctica. It has delivered food and medicine to survivors of cyclones and earthquakes. It has carried troops and vehicles into battle and flown the wounded back to safety. The C-130's story is not just about long service. It is about resilience and adaptability. While other aircraft wore out or became obsolete, the Hercules kept evolving. New engines, new avionics, new missions, but always the same proven airframe. Today, more than 70 years later, C-130s are still in active production. More than 70 countries still rely on them. And in crisis after crisis, they continue to prove their worth. The Lockheed C-130 Hercules first flew on August 23, 1954. Designed for tactical airlift, it could carry heavy loads into short, unprepared airstrips close to the front lines. 4 powerful turboprop engines provided the thrust and reliability needed for rough environments. The landing gear was built to take hard impacts. The fuselage could hold everything from pallets of supplies to armored vehicles. And the rear cargo ramp allowed for fast loading and even in-flight airdrops. The aircraft's structure was deliberately overbuilt. Its wings could handle heavy loads. Its engines tolerated dust, heat, and poor quality fuel. Its systems were simple and repairable, making it ideal for operations far from modern air bases. This design gave the C-130 unmatched flexibility. It could serve as a cargo hauler, troop transport, search and rescue platform, weather reconnaissance aircraft, aerial refueler, or even a heavily armed gunship in the AC-130 configuration. Over the years, Lockheed kept improving it. The C-130J Super Hercules introduced modern avionics, digital flight controls, and more efficient Rolls-Royce engines, all while keeping the same rugged design philosophy. Older C-130Hs have been upgraded with new avionics and structural reinforcements to extend their lives. The Hercules is not just an old aircraft kept alive by nostalgia. It is a constantly updated platform, capable of meeting 21st century missions with the same reliability it offered in the 1950s. The C-130's history is a record of global crises. During the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, C-130s ferried troops and equipment at high tempo, operating under intense geopolitical tension. In Vietnam, they became the backbone of U.S. and Allied airlift, flying into dangerous forward bases under fire, delivering ammunition, food and medical supplies, and evacuating casualties. They operated on short, rough airstrips carved out of jungle and often took hits, but they kept flying. In 1982, Argentine C-130 braved British defenses during the Falklands War to resupply their forces. In 1983, American C-130s carried troops into Grenada during urgent combat operations. But the Hercules is not only a military aircraft, it has been a critical tool in humanitarian relief. After the 1970 Bola cyclone in Bangladesh, C-130s dropped food and medicine to survivors cut off by flooding. In the aftermath of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, they were among the first aircraft to deliver aid into Sumatra and Sri Lanka, operating around the clock. When earthquakes devastated Haiti in 2010, when Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico in 2017, when wildfires raged across California, the C-130 was there. It landed on airfields too damaged for larger jets and even delivered supplies by parachute when runways were unusable. In Afghanistan and Iraq, the Hercules flew countless medevac and resupply missions from remote forward bases. Crews have described taking off under mortar attack, with the aircraft absorbing damage and still making it home. This record shows more than just service. It shows survival through every era of crisis. Cold War tensions, regional conflicts, natural disasters, and modern asymmetric warfare. Why has the C-130 endured while so many other aircraft have disappeared? First, rugged design. The Hercules was built to operate from unprepared surfaces, dirt, grass, sand, or ice. It does not need long paved runways or sophisticated facilities. Second, versatility. One basic airframe can be adapted for many missions. It can carry troops, cargo, or vehicles. It can be fitted for search and rescue, surveillance, aerial refueling, or combat gunship roles. This modular approach means operators do not need separate fleets for every mission. Third, continuous modernization. Lockheed and partner nations have updated the Hercules with new engines, digital cockpits, improved avionics, and structural reinforcements. Older aircraft have been retrofitted instead of retired, and new C-130J models continue to be built. Fourth, global support. With more than 70 nations operating the Hercules, spare parts, training, and maintenance expertise are widely available. This ensures that even decades-old airframes can be repaired quickly and kept mission-ready. Together, these factors have made the Hercules nearly impossible to replace. In Afghanistan, a medevac C-130 took off before dawn under mortar fire, carrying wounded soldiers to safety. The aircraft climbed hard, weaving through danger, and despite taking damage, brought everyone home alive. In Puerto Rico, after Hurricane Maria, a C-130 landed on a barely usable runway to deliver food, water, and medicine. Later that day, it evacuated the sick and injured, proving again that when infrastructure fails, the Hercules does not. During Operation Deep Freeze in Antarctica, C-130S equipped with skis have supported research stations for decades, operating in temperatures and winds that would ground most aircraft. These examples are not unusual. They reflect the Hercules' daily work, showing up in the most dangerous and demanding conditions and performing without fail. Today, the C-130 remains in active production. The C-130J Super Hercules serves in NATO, Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Many nations are upgrading their older C-130Hs with new avionics and structural enhancements to keep them flying well into the 2040s. No clear successor has emerged. Concepts for hybrid propulsion, advanced transport aircraft, or unmanned cargo planes are being tested, but none have matched the Hercules' combination of ruggedness, capacity, and versatility. As climate change intensifies natural disasters, from wildfires to hurricanes to floods, the demand for reliable airlift is growing. The Hercules is uniquely suited to these missions. It can land almost anywhere, carry heavy loads, and operate with minimal support, making it an ideal first responder in crisis situations. Eventually, even the Hercules will need to retire. But that day is not today. With production continuing and upgrade programs extending its service life, the aircraft that first flew in the 1950s is likely to serve well into the middle of this century. The Lockheed C-130. Hercules is the plane that survived every crisis and still flies. Through wars and disasters over mountains, jungles, deserts, and ice, it has proven that reliability is priceless. It does not chase speed records or luxury. It simply gets the job done, every time. When the headlines fade and the cameras leave, the Hercules is still working, delivering food, carrying soldiers, rescuing the stranded, bringing hope when nothing else can reach. Decades from now, when people remember the aircraft that truly made a difference, they may not think of its speed or its looks. They will remember that it was there. And even today, as new designs take to the skies and old legends retire, one sound still echoes across the world. The steady beat of 4 turboprops lifting a survivor into the air once again.